Hi, it's me, Gailful. I'm going to try this one more time. It seems that I have some kind of hiccup going on with my videos. I recorded a video this morning, the Oscars, Are You a Critic? I got a little bit long, but it only played for 2 minutes, so I guess it really wasn't all that long. So I went in and I've checked my settings, and I had a setting set differently on the program that I use to host my podcasting on or record my podcast. And so I reset that. I've had a wonderful friend give me a link to the help page with the Logitech, Tech, but I've already gone through that. So I am hoping that I've figured it out. But what I don't understand, if it is that, then why would it record any of it? Why would it just not be silent through the whole thing instead of just recording and then cutting out? Last week, it was 4 minutes in and it cut out. I redid it. It was 7 minutes. It went fine. I do not believe it is on Facebook's page problem, YouTube's problem, because I have the experience right here on my computer. So I am recording this with my fingers crossed. I will replay it thoroughly before I post it, see how that goes, and if that doesn't solve it, I don't know what I'm going to do, because this is my favorite camera. I tried doing one with my iPad. Ew. Oh my goodness gracious, no, thank you. Not gonna happen. So anyway, and my iPhone, I can't hold it out for long enough. Okay. So here we go. The reason I talked this morning about the Oscars and being a critic is because yesterday morning, before I saw the Oscars, I watched the, I think it's called the Sunday Morning Meet the Press, something. It's a great show. I record it every Sunday, so no matter how late I sleep, I've got that sucker all primed and ready to watch. They bring some incredible, interesting personal stories. They have some great information. They have great scenery at the end of a piece of nature out there. I love nature. I would love to visit all of the spots that they show. But I love it. I really enjoy that show. Yesterday, they brought out a interview with this PhD neurological guy, Dr. Rick Hansen, and he has a book out now called Hardwired for Happiness. And it was so interesting to hear what he had to say, because he talked about the fact that our brains are still very much like they were when we were in the Stone Age. That when we're out running around in our loincloths and going after our food and staying warm by the little fire, most of us think of that as, the adrenaline that pumps and we get caught up and, we have to run for our lives and all of that stuff. And we also know that because we don't have to hunt for our food and do all that stuff, that we are a bigger society than we used to be. And so you think about that and you think, well, how in the world do we relate so much to the Stone Age? We no longer wear the loincloths. We're no longer hunting for our food. So we really need to worry about getting out there to get exercise. But how does that have to do with our brain? Here's what it has to do with our brain. It's the same brain. It has not changed. It has not rewired itself. So that in the Stone Age, if you were out and you were hunting and you killed that rabbit, and you're really all excited and you get ready to go get that rabbit to bring home to the woman waiting by the fire, and all of a sudden a tiger comes out running after you, you're going to react, respond, and run like crazy to get away from that tiger, or you might shoot it with your bow and arrow, throw the slingshot with the stone out, whatever. And that caveman, that Stone Age person, learned by that negative experience to be very careful when he was out there. So what this Dr. Hansen goes on to say is that we learn more by negative input, some people call it feedback these days, than we do by positive. I've been somebody that's been pushing the positive for a long, long time. Now he's telling us we learn more from the negative. What the heck? Well, I guess if you think about it, we do. For example, Let's say you're giving a presentation for your business, for your boss, whatever it is, and you're standing up there and you're connecting and you're having a good time and it's just flowing and you're looking around the room and you see that one person. Yeah, right. That one person diffuses everything else you've been doing. Because you don't focus on those people standing up giving you rah-rahs and thanking you and high fives. You're focused on that one person you weren't able to reach. That negative person had a more powerful effect on your psychic, on your self-esteem, and your ego than all the other stuff going on. Wow. I sort of know that feeling, but when he put it out there about how our brain is like that, so our brain, he says, is for the negative is like a Velcro. It just, and for the positive, it's like Teflon, just slides right off. That is very discouraging when you've been walking around being a positive person all your life. So we come back to the Oscars, and they bring on a guy on this show that has been a playwright critic all these years. And I just heard this guy talk about the negative and how it impacts us. And they interview this very critical critic who is so brutal in his critiquing that he doesn't just critique their performance. He doesn't just critique their acting, the play. Oh, no. He goes right out and he attacks how they look. Not just their makeup, their hair, or how they wear their clothes, but how God gave them this face. Made such awful, brutal, horrendous references. It was just plain cruel. So, with the Oscars following right after that, and then today, when all the buzz is about, what's going on? Critics. Who's wearing the best dress? Who made the best speech? Who really should have got the best part? And you know what? We as a society relish in that. I'm no different. I sat and watched who liked what dresses. But it gave me a very serious pause for thought that whenever we're rude, whenever we're critical, whenever we're angry or distanced with anyone, we're hurting that person. May not mean to, but how do you feel when somebody criticizes you? Does that feel warm and fuzzy? Or does that just go, oh, nobody likes that because it gives you this, just awful feeling. I do not know what those actors must feel when everybody is judging them on the red carpet and then thereafter. And here's my deal. I don't want to go on really long because I got to check to see if you're going to hear this. I could go on forever. In fact, if you go to thegailfolleyshow.com, you can hear my 20-minute audio on this same subject because I try to keep my videos shorter. Anyway, the whole point of this is for you to be aware of your words. My mother used to say, sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt you. I loved my mother, but my mother was wrong. Words can destroy a person. So beware. I hope you're hearing my words. I won't put it out there if they're not coming through. Be careful. I don't care if it's at a restaurant with a waiter, your boss, your coworker, your kids, your spouse, whoever it is. Let's be a little kinder with our words. And criticism, not so much. In the meantime, pass on a smile. Let's make a difference in someone's life. Something as simple as this.